What exactly are knock knees?
When we talk about knock knees, it refers to leg alignment when viewed from the front, where the legs look like an X shape. When it appears this way, it is considered knock knees. The knees come together while the ankles are apart, so overall, the legs form an X. This type of leg alignment is called knock knees. The human body does have a certain acceptable range, and the degree to which X-shaped alignment is considered normal depends on several different criteria. However, many consider around 3 degrees to be within the acceptable range. Over the long term, having knock knees may increase the likelihood of developing arthritis. While research is still not fully conclusive, some studies suggest that when the angle exceeds about 3.3 degrees, the long-term risk increases.
Which condition has a higher risk of developing arthritis, bow legs or knock knees?
This is still not entirely clear. Both severe bow legs and knock knees can increase the risk of arthritis, but it is still unclear which carries a higher risk. With bow legs, the inner compartment of the knee is more commonly affected, while with knock knees, the outer compartment is affected, along with one additional factor. When the knee joint is viewed from the front, it has inner and outer sides, and from the side, the patella is located in front. In knock knees, the patella is constantly pushed outward, so from this perspective, knock knees may have a slightly more negative effect on the knee than bow legs.
Is there a simple self-assessment for knock knees that can be done at home?
If you stand in front of a mirror, bring your knees together, and your ankles remain apart, you may suspect knock knees. However, there is one important point you need to be careful about. When the thighs touch, it is the skin that is making contact. People with thicker thighs will touch sooner than others. If the thighs touch early, before the lower legs follow, the calves may appear to be apart. Because of this, people with thicker thighs can be more easily judged as having knock knees, even though they may not actually be knock-kneed and only appear that way visually. To determine this accurately, an X-ray examination is needed.
Is there a higher tendency for knock knees in people who are obese?
Statistically, people who were obese from childhood are more likely to develop knock knees. In my opinion, this is likely due to standing and walking mechanics. Because the thighs come together before the ankles fully align, weight is placed on the legs in that position during walking. As a result, the legs are exposed to an X-shaped force, and compression of the outer growth plate during growth may gradually make the legs more X-shaped.
Are knock knees congenital, or are they caused by poor habits such as W-sitting?
The W-sitting habit is not a major factor, as it is actually related to rotational deformity, where the bone twists like a pretzel. The thigh bone, or femur, normally has a natural twist. When the twist is too much, people often sit in a W position. Knock knees, on the other hand, occur when the leg angle deviates into an X shape, and in most cases, there is no specific cause. They often develop naturally during growth, which we refer to as developmental. When obesity is added as an acquired factor, there is a greater tendency for knock knees to progress. In some cases, certain congenital conditions, such as skeletal dysplasia, can also cause knock knees due to the underlying disease.
Why does pain occur on the outer side of the knee in people with knock knees?
With knock knees, the legs curve inward. As the knees move inward and the lower legs move outward, the leg axis shifts outward, increasing pressure on the outer side of the knee. It's like doing a push-up with your palms flat versus tilted. Instead of being evenly distributed, body weight concentrates on one side, which can lead to pain on the outer knee.
Is there any correlation between knock knees and flat feet?
I can't say that these two conditions always occur together, but when they do coexist, knock knees create an unfavorable environment for flat feet. With flat feet, balance collapses even when standing, and the sole of the foot rolls inward. When knock knees develop, the leg axis shifts and the calf moves outward. As a result, the alignment changes from its original position, creating a structure that promotes further collapse of the foot arch. So when discussing the relationship between flat feet and knock knees can be said to create an unfavorable environment for flat feet.
If someone has knock knees, can the ankles or pelvis also become misaligned, not just the knees?
If it is severe, the ankle can also become misaligned. In normal alignment, the ankle joint is perpendicular to the calf bone. However, when knock knees become very severe, the alignment shifts like this. Normally, we should be bearing weight like this, but when the axis shifts sideways, the sole of the foot ends up positioned like that. As the axis shifts, the sole still needs to contact the ground, so the ankle bends in the opposite direction to compensate. If this type of deformity continues from childhood, secondary deformities can develop in the ankle or foot. However, if the condition is not severe, it is rare for other joints to become misaligned because of this alone.
Can knock knees be corrected using non-surgical methods such as physical therapy or manual therapy?
Whether it is knock knees or bow legs, these are deformities of bone shape. Because of this, the only way to change the shape of the bone itself is through surgery. Stretching or other non-surgical methods cannot change the bone's shape.
How is corrective surgery for knock knees performed?
As I mentioned, knock knees are a form of bone deformity, meaning the shape of the bone itself has changed. Because of this, treatment focuses on correcting the bone shape. Before surgery, we analyze X-rays to identify which part of the bone is angled in an X-shaped direction. In most cases, the deformity is found in the distal femur, the lower part of the thigh just above the knee, but this is not always the case. In some people, the deformity is in the tibia below the knee, where rotation of the tibia leads to the deformity. In other cases, what appears to be knock knees is actually a rotational deformity. When the leg is rotated, it can look either bow-legged or knock-kneed. For this reason, the first step is to identify the exact cause. Once identified, we cut the bone at that site, create a controlled break, rotate it back to its normal position, fix the bone, and allow it to heal. Knock knees can be corrected at either the distal femur or the proximal tibia. If we assume most commonly correction is done at the distal femur. One method involves removing a wedge-shaped piece and closing it, while another involves creating a controlled opening similar to a proximal tibial osteotomy. In my practice, I mainly use a method where the bone is simply cut and realigned, as this best follows the principles of deformity correction. Using these principle-based approaches, accurate correction can be achieved. For people with knock knees, if there is already knee pain or arthritis, correcting the knock knees becomes the most important way to prevent further progression. Even if the joints are currently healthy, it may still be worth considering regular X-ray monitoring or whether correction should be considered in the future.